Welcome to 99.6 The Howl for the uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes. And man, how great would it have been if the Coyotes managed to eke out a victory, their second victory against the Goliaths in the Tampa Bay Lightning. But alas, the Coyotes have to make it hard on themselves like this whole season has been. Just a bunch of hardships, a bunch of bootstraps, hard hat wearing ups and downs for the team, but they got to continue it. They fall short of the Tampa Bay Lightning, but they played a fantastic game. One of their better games in the past 2 weeks. I really thought that the Edmonton game and the Tampa Bay Lightning game were great efforts by the Coyotes. I said in my other video, I didn't like how the Coyotes were trending lately against the LA Kings, Chicago, St. Louis, Anaheim. Those are games where they probably would have lost in prior years and even earlier in the season, but you know, they relied on Kemper and they relied on their defensive system a bit too much, and they came to play and managed to get points and wins out of some of those games. But against Edmonton, they dictated the play, they pushed the pace. They played offensively minded. They had a lot of ozone time. In the Edmonton game, they had a lot of posts which could have gone either way. They probably should have won that game. I felt Edmonton didn't really have much going. McDavid kind of carried the team on his back like he's been doing all season. Against Tampa, I felt the same way against the Edmonton game. I thought they were pressuring the pucks in deep in the offensive zone and generating a lot of chances. They had great scoring opportunities, defensively sound, and they didn't look shaky at all in any aspects of their game. They made probably one mistake in the whole game, which was Tampa Bay Lightning's second goal, where I think it was Josh Archibald didn't follow Victor Hedman coming down from the blue line, and he found the quiet pocket to the right side of Kemper and put it in the net in the third period. But other than that one little mistake, I mean, pretty airtight game by the Coyotes, hounding pucks, relentless on the forecheck in the offensive zone, in the neutral zone, and the defensive zone. Tight gaps, using their speed. You saw Grabner and Hinostroza using that speed for some grade A opportunities. Even Connor Garland, great to see him back in the lineup, and of course Jacob Chychrun. Both Chychrun and Garland were healthy scratches for the better part of last week, and then Rick Tocchet decides to throw them in against Edmonton and Tampa Bay, and I thought they did a really good job coming in with energy and making a difference. I like Garland in there instead of Fisher. He's just more noticeable. He's harder on pucks, and he clears the zone pretty efficiently, and he likes to shoot, and he likes to make plays with Galchenyuk, who had a great game against Edmonton. 2 goals, a crazy snipe for his first goal in that Edmonton game, but Galchenyuk's kind of feeling it, and with the goal tonight with Keller, I think he's starting to roll, and we need Keller to step up. I thought Panik has been playing great hockey for a couple weeks now, and Dvorak, ever since that LA game where he scored 2 goals, he's looking really fresh, and Kemper is good too. I just feel like the team's had 2 great games, and they just need to not get down on themselves for losing both of those games. Managed to take it to overtime against Edmonton and get a point, but even though they lost both those games, I like this play style much better than the play style they're putting in against all last week, I would say. So they're trending back upwards. They're playing back to that high speed, off the rush, in behind the D-man type of hockey, which is going to win them games eventually. Just obviously right now it's not getting them the 2 points they need, but just continue doing that, and I think they'll come out on the better end in Florida and on the island against the Islanders. And then I think they got the Devils on Sunday, and then they're back for the last stretch against the Western Conference. Derek Stepan is close to coming back. We really miss him. Another shutdown centerman who the Coyotes could have used against Tampa. So many weapons on Tampa that you don't know you don't know when to throw the line and who to shut who down. They were using Kempe's line to shut down the Stamkos line, and then they kind of switched it up with the Grabner and Richardson line, which I thought did a much better job of silencing the top end talent of the Tampa Bay Lightning. When you limit the Tampa Bay Lightning to about 22 shots out of the whole game, you're doing something right. And I think the Coyotes had a game plan going into this, and they executed it perfectly. Just couldn't squeeze another one by Vasilevsky, but they did have their chances. And we'll see. I think they're still 1 point up on Minnesota. Don't think Minnesota played when the Coyotes played, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think the Chicago Blackhawks, they're on a 5-game winning streak, so they got to be wary of Chicago. I feel like Colorado's trending downwards and kind of falling out of it. I think they have a 4 or 5 point lead on the Avalanche. But Chicago's starting to worry me a little bit. So it's between Dallas, the Coyotes, Minnesota, and Chicago, I would say. And Coyotes got a rebound here, and it's going to be a tough game against Florida. I mean, the Coyote game, whenever the Coyotes and the Florida Panthers meet, it's always a high-octane battle, back and forth, goal scoring, and you can't let your foot off the gas against the Florida Panthers, which is what pretty much every other team says about the Coyotes. So Coyotes need to come out to play against Florida. And then the Islanders having a tremendous season, so that's going to be a tough game too. And then maybe they could have an off game against the Devils and kind of eke out 2 points there. But they got 2 really tough games coming up, and it's an Eastern road trip, which historically they're pretty bad at. So hopefully this first loss doesn't carry into 2 and 3 and 4 losses. But let's get going here. That was a great game. Playoff atmosphere, felt like really well executed game by the Coyotes. Just couldn't get the 2 points, so don't hang your head too much. A lot to look forward to, a lot of positives. And let's get going. Let's really go here. Let's go. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.